Good afternoon. How are you, loved ones? I'm Didi Love. Drop down there, hit like, subscribe, and share if you care. I care. So I'm making this video to Kwame Brown. I want to point some things out to Kwame because Kwame, there are a lot of people around you, but they're not keeping it real with you. So I'm going to keep it real with you today. And I want you to understand that you was a double talking motherfucker. You double talk. And I'm going to point it out. Now, I saw a video of you talking about the young woman who has 4 children, 3 of them prior to her meeting this man and having the 4th baby. And he went and got McDonald's for his child and not the other children. And it seems that you all had a problem with this woman saying that that was wrong. I'm confused. First of all, I was raised, you didn't eat in front of other people unless they had something to eat too. That's just not what you do. I feed strangers on the street, so I'm definitely going to feed some children. But now here's the contradiction, Kwame Brown. How the fuck do you get on here and you talk about black boy magic, but then in the same breath you said it was okay for this black man not to feed some little black boys? That's okay. That's alpha male shit to y'all. That is some beta male bullshit. I'm more of a man than a lot of you motherfuckers will ever be. I also heard you make a comment about the woman being on welfare. Something about she said she don't get her food stamps. And you was like, oh, she can't even take care of the kids on her own. Listen, bruh. You made $61 million. They said you're worth $8. You receive cash apps from people who live in apartments and are on public assistance yourself and on supplemental incomes and shit like that. So what the fuck does that make you? Huh? You're receiving assistance too. Those cash apps and all that shit you getting, you're a millionaire. What are you doing getting money from people? Huh? Hello? I'm waiting. So you can't talk about someone being on assistance when you're getting fucking assistance. It's just cute. Y'all have a bad habit of always trying to throw black women under the bus. Y'all made this about her being a black woman on welfare and not about this motherfucker not being a man. That man, that young boy, or whatever he was, you got with a woman who already had 3 children. How dare you come there with food just for your own son? What kind of shit is that? I would never do that, because guess what? Your children have to live in that house with those other kids who you don't feed. Those children who you didn't feed will always remember you for that, as the low-life motherfucker who didn't feed us but fed his own kid. And you're wrong for that. I don't give a shit if she had 8 kids. Why not buy a pizza and have them cut it up in squares so that way everybody can eat? Huh? If you're not taking your son out for the day, why would you do that? And see, a lot of women are like, oh, she's wrong and it's not his responsibility and all of this and extra. This is why our community is where it is today. Because y'all are saying don't feed children just because y'all want to keep saying black women ain't shit and don't deserve help. The fuck is wrong with y'all? And it bothers me. It hurts my heart. Because Kwame, you always talking about how your life was hard in Brunswick and this happened with your father and all of this, and your mother had to work hard and y'all had to go into a shelter. But in the same fucking breath, in 2022, you want to say fuck them kids because the mother should be able to take care of them on her own. It's okay for a grown-ass nigga to come there with McDonald's. And never mind the fact that McDonald's has a goddamn dollar menu, so you could have bought 5 fucking cheeseburgers. Huh? You could have got them cheeseburgers and him a Whopper if you wanted to be fucked up, and that's fucked up. That's what you wanted to do, but you never ever go and not feed children. What is wrong with y'all? Where's the black boy magic in that? There's no magic in that. How can there be magic in you as a grown man saying don't feed young black boys? That's black boy magic? But you don't see that because y'all are so busy worrying about the woman not being on. She don't have a job. She got 3 other kids. It's not his responsibility. As a community, every child is my responsibility. Hello? I could go into a store right now and see a little kid in there and they ain't got enough to get what they want. I'll pay for it. That ain't my kid. Hello? You feed children. I don't ever allow my son outside with shit unless he got something for everybody. And please believe, I be buying shit for everybody. Right. You don't send kids outside with a popsicle unless they got one for everybody. But you're going to go to somebody's house and and then say, okay, I'm only feeding my child. Now keep in mind, she would have been less than a mother to have allowed that bullshit to happen. Then I heard Kwame say some shit like, oh, well, he's the good one. She wanted him back and blah, blah, blah. Y'all egos is just way too fucking much for me. I can't take it. But as grown men, y'all got to do better. Y'all are all a bunch of beta ass males. You came out here on this whole alpha male bullshit, but alpha males understand that it takes a village. Okay? It wasn't a problem when he was over there donating sperm and she already had 3 children and was on welfare. Huh? Oh, but now it's a problem. Now she ain't shit. Where was his self-esteem before he hooked up with her? Hello? But I'm just appalled that somebody who always screaming about black boy magic, beta males, and all this bullshit, that you would get your ass out here and you would say, don't feed some young black boys. Wow. Because that's exactly what the fuck you said. Now, you might not admit it like that. You might have thought this shit was cute. But see, y'all all are so caught up on that Tommy Sotomayor, Kevin Samuels bullshit. Y'all got that shit in your head, not realizing that them same women that they talk about, those are the women who raised you motherfuckers. Right? Wasn't your mama at home a single mother? You said you went to a homeless shelter, right? Didn't some motherfuckers have to feed you? How dare you talk about she's on assistance? The nerve, when that's what the fuck you come from. You niggas got a lot of nerve. Y'all get on here with that bullshit because y'all just want to drag black women. Like I say all the time, you're dragging your fucking mamas. Right. You're talking about your mothers. Hello? You had 8 fucking brothers. You gonna tell me that nobody ever helped y'all? You said you went to a shelter. So surely somebody had to, y'all received assistance. But this woman ain't shit because she receives assistance. She ain't shit because she expect a motherfucker to respect all of her children. See, when I was little one time, my aunt went out and bought my brother some Jordache jeans and a sweatshirt, right? And she didn't get me one. And my mother made her take that shit back and bought us both one. She said, you don't buy one without buying the other. Period. So then that was the end of that. Don't buy my children shit because you want to play favorites. Right. You want to create conflict. You want to make one child feel like they're better than the other. See, y'all don't think on the deep side of bullshit. It's just, oh, he don't need to do that. She should be feeding her own kids. Who said she didn't have food? This nigga showed up with some goddamn McDonald's for one person. She didn't ask for food for herself. She said, what about the other kids? Because in reality, it takes a village, and we all look out for the other children, especially when they're your own. What kind of neglectful bitch would she have been? Okay, go ahead. Well, y'all just watching me. Or y'all go in the other room. You don't do that to kids. The fuck is wrong with y'all? But y'all want to claim that y'all, we got charities, we got foundations, we look out for the kids. So a fucking pair of sneakers is more important than food, huh? And even with that sneaker drive bullshit, like I said, y'all want to pop that shit. Oh, kids need sneakers. They shouldn't be raggedy. But y'all don't give a fuck about them being homeless and in poverty and not having shit. Right? Y'all like them fucking Republicans. Huh? Y'all are pro-life until they get here. Then y'all don't want to help them. Y'all don't want to feed them. Y'all don't know the America's fucking starving. Y'all don't know that with 4 kids, even she's better off staying at home because she can't afford daycare. Right. Can't afford daycare. Can't afford rent. Hopefully she got a Section 8 voucher so she can pay her rent and take care of her fucking kids. Because guess what? When the economy dropped and COVID happened, how many people became homeless? But I tell you who didn't, the motherfuckers with them goddamn vouchers still got somewhere to live. And you motherfuckers are mad as if y'all don't understand how America is set up. The Section 8 system and the housing market go hand in hand. A lot of people pay their mortgage because they rent out to people on Section 8. Hello? But niggas want to act like, oh, you don't need assistance. Right. You don't need assistance, but a motherfucker don't want to spend $1.50 for a cheeseburger for some kids that don't belong to him. But these women don't need assistance. Right? You talking about nobody, like I said, everybody's holding this woman accountable, but nobody is saying, what kind of man is he? I'm going to tell you, thank God my kid's father was not that type of motherfucker. Even though I don't have other children, but we take care of people. We take care of people. A stranger come or somebody across the street having problems or whatever, we look out. I don't understand this. We don't feed you because you don't need our helps and you want welfare. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if a bitch never worked. I'll help her kids. Ain't got shit to do with her. What about the children? Hello, children remember those things. The same way when you do positive shit for children, they remember that negative bullshit too. They will always remember that a nigga came to the crib always just to feed his son and nobody else's. Who does that? Who does that? That's not the way. We weren't raised that way. Well, I wasn't, thank God. Thank God. But some of y'all were raised by fucking wolves or not raised at all because y'all justify a bunch of bullshit. But like I said, and then y'all motherfucking double talk. You can't talk about children's foundations and how you love the kids and then in the same breath talk about, I ain't feeding the kid, that ain't mine. It ain't my responsibility. So then you don't really give a fuck about those kids that you're helping either because they ain't your kids. They ain't your responsibility. That's the same shit you saying. So which one is it? Either you give a fuck or you don't. I'm going to need you niggas to pick a side. You can't have it both ways. You want to drag black women, and in the process, you're talking shit about the children. Don't help the children because that woman has 4 children and only one of them is his. Even though it's the last child, not even the first. It's the last child. So I already had 3 kids when you brought your ass around here and got my ass pregnant and we was in love and all of that shit. But now all of a sudden it's, well, we broke up now, so I ain't got to look out for the kids. I was looking out for them before because I was pretending I gave a fuck about all of y'all, but I really don't. And then I heard Kwame say, well, niggas will say whatever to get in your pants or whatever. Listen, nigga, y'all need to fucking pick a side. I'm telling you, because at the end of the day, the children are here. So all that extra bullshit about how, who, what, when, where, how, and why doesn't fucking matter. At the end of the day, you do not ever support not feeding children. If you have any kind of fucking dignity and decency in you at all, how do you justify not feeding children? And you women who agree with this kind of shit, y'all believe in the hype. Y'all done bought into the bullshit. Y'all don't understand. Y'all really don't fucking get it. Some of y'all are just a little too goddamn comfortable. Just because you have it good doesn't mean that everybody else does, okay? And women are single for many reasons. A lot of these women's children, the fathers were murdered by other black men. They don't talk about that. They're in prison for doing what? Dumb shit with other black men. Stupid ass shit. Huh? The men are not here to be fathers to their children. Y'all even follow that whole Kevin Samuels shit about don't date women with children. You know, don't be in their lives or whatever. Now, I agree with that but I agree on the flip side. As far as women with children, don't date these crazy, unstable, emotionally immature motherfuckers. Period. They're not in a position. They can't be a man to you. They damn sure can't represent and be a father figure, a strong man type to your children. Because these same niggers are saying, don't feed children. I don't want motherfuckers like that around me and mine. Period. Because if you feel like that about them, what makes other people special, huh? That lets me know that if shit go left with me and you ain't gonna be there for me. These are the motherfuckers who ain't there for their kids now because they ain't with the mamas. You understand? I was always in a co-parenting situation. No matter whether me and this motherfucker was getting along or not, those kids is always taken care of. But see, these motherfuckers who are barely there because they don't get along with the mamas no more. So when I don't get along with the mother anymore, it's okay if I neglect the child. It's not. It is not. And that's just like if you've been in a child's life. Like if I was dating a man and I've been in his kid's life for 8 years and me and him break up, his fucking kids can still call me anytime. Anytime. I'm going to be there for them. I don't give a fuck what happened between me and this Negro. Okay? But if I've been there in them kids' lives all that time, I'm never going to walk away from them. I'm never going to turn my back on them because I'm somebody important to them. Period. Even if it's 10 years later, because you built a connection with these people. You raised these children. You've touched their lives. But for you to say, fuck them because I broke up with their mother, not appropriate. It's not okay. That's why there's so many damaged people in the world. Do y'all ever wonder how these people got damaged? Huh? Why is there no love in the world? Because people are evil? And I'm just sick of black men making excuses for other black men not to be shit. Not to have standards, not to have morals, not to give a fuck about other people. What kind of shit is that? Oh, she on assistance. She already fucked up. No, she ain't. Oh, she had her hair done and she had lip gloss on. Let me tell you something. First of all, I've been doing my own weed. When weeds first came out, I was like 14 years old. I learned how to do my own because it was like $300. My mama paid for it like 2 times, and she told me to fuck off. Okay, get a job and pay for your own. And I said, hell, it was good when it was her money, but when it became mine, I paid for my own. So a lot of times we do this shit ourselves at the crib. It don't cost you that much. Lip gloss is 99 cents at the fucking dollar store. Because I got kids, I gotta look like shit. They're working women who can't feed their fucking kids. So it ain't about being on welfare. It's the world we live in. But y'all beat up on black women every fucking opportunity y'all get. I mean, y'all took this, oh, well, she was wrong. And how dare she? She felt entitled. She didn't ask food for herself. She defended her other children. The fuck is wrong with y'all? Seriously, she's defending her other children. You are not going to come in here and let this little boy eat in front of my other kids. It's not going to happen. And not only are you eating, you're eating McDonald's. Everybody knows that kids are obsessed with McDonald's. It's disgusting, but they love that shit. And they definitely will be in their feelings about it. But as a grown man, and like I said, as motherfuckers come on here and talk about these foundations and how y'all love kids and sneaker drives and bullshit, but don't feed the kids. Don't feed these little young black boys. We want them to have magic, but they won't have any energy. Their stomachs will be touching their motherfucking spines because we don't believe you should feed them. If they mamas ain't got money for them, fuck them. What kind of shit is that? Whew, all right, I said what I needed to say. Now, y'all drop down and leave me comments and let me know what y'all think. Because I'm sorry, I don't agree with that kind of shit. Because I'm about helping and uplifting others. To me, you stepping on motherfucking children when you say don't feed kids. I don't give a fuck what the situation is. You feed the children. You feed the kids. Shit, one day my friend called me. Her nephew was staying with her. She ain't had no food. I went in my house, and I be buying unnecessary shit. So I bagged up a whole bunch of shit and gave it to her for her nephew. Period. He ain't my nephew. But he's a kid. A kid on the street could walk up to me and say they hungry. I'm going to feed them. One day I was on lunch. This lady I knew growing up, she had cancer. I hadn't seen her in a long time. It was lunchtime. And I just had enough money to get my damn lunch and keep it moving. But she told me how she got cancer and shit. She was hungry. They only was giving her like $28 a month in food stamps. And I gave her my lunch money and let her eat with that. I don't give a fuck. I'll eat again later. Whatever. I'm good. But see, y'all act like people don't need food stamps. People need food stamps. People need assistance. People need that shit. People with jobs are getting that shit because they don't make shit. The wages don't match. But you bitches is letting motherfucking people like Kwame Brown, who's a millionaire. This nigga made $61 million, y'all. $61 fucking million. He is down here fucking with y'all because he feel less than, okay? He done fell off of his goddamn soapbox. You still got $8 million from what it said on. I looked it up today. It said your net worth is $8 million. You still got more than these people. How dare you jump down and tell broke motherfuckers what not to do when you can go out today and buy and get any fucking thing you want? I bet you your kids aren't fucking hungry, but you're going to agree with some nigga not feeding some kids in the hood? Make that shit make sense, Kwame. People listen to you. You need to listen to what the fuck you saying. You got yourself surrounded with a bunch of ass lickers and you double talk all the motherfucking time. I'm telling you this because I like you. This is how I talk to people that I like. And a lot of times they be like, fuck that bitch, I can't stand her. But she right. So I don't care if you got a problem with what I'm saying. I don't give a fuck. But I want you to hear me loud and motherfucking clear. You can't have it both ways. You can't be on here talking about black boy magic and then talking about starved black boys. Where the fuck do you get this from? That is fucked up, Kwame. Very fucked up. Oh no, we about the sneaker drive and black boy magic and power, positivity and STEM learning and all this other good shit. But don't feed them. Don't give them nothing to eat. Especially if their mama ain't got no job or the bitch is on welfare. Don't feed those kids. Those kids don't deserve shit. And those are the kids who need the help the most. How dare you, motherfuckers.